Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, welcome to yet another episode of the Ugandan Podcast. My name is Brandy Valentine Azeirwe, and today we have the one and only Minister of Transport and Works, General Katumba Wamala, who is going to discuss everything Ugandan and transport. General, you are welcome to the Ugandan Podcast.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here with you.
Yeah. How has it been ever since you assumed the office as Minister of Transport and Works?
Well, quite challenging. It's one of the most challenging ministries, I think. It's one of the biggest ministries in the country, with a lot of demands, because it more or less manages or commands the turnkey to everything. My mother going to hospital, somebody going to see a friend, somebody moving his goods, all those depend on transport.
Yeah. Okay, so which brings me to the next question. What is the overarching vision of the transport sector in Uganda?
Yeah, thank you. What we want to see is we want to have or to create a very robust, reliable, and resilient infrastructure, which should be a multimodal kind of infrastructure. Not so right now, it's kind of skewed. Most of our transport is more on road, but we need to have it multimodal, that you can have railway, water, road, air.
And air, yes.
Yeah, so that, when you move from one type of transport, you readily get into another type of transport and you connect easily. Yeah. So that's our dream. That's the vision. That's what we want to see. And now, given with the recent developments in the environmental arena,
yes,
most all our infrastructure must be very resilient.
Yes,
and that's important too.
Yeah. Okay. I would be doing a disservice to our audience if I didn't ask, what is government doing to address the road safety and maintenance?
Yeah, the road safety has been a challenge. Our roads are not very safe. Many people have come up with many theories. Some are talking about the 2 lanes, as if the 2 lanes is a problem. But I think it's more than that. A lot of it has to do with our own behavior as people who use the road. We are trying to improve on our road designs. And I think you have seen in most of the recent constructions, including roads in the city, that we are even providing for pedestrian walkways.
Yes.
Unfortunately, on the pedestrian walkways, that's where some of our people have decided to put markets. The idea was to get pedestrians off the road so that they can walk safely. But now we see a lot of markets getting onto the pedestrian walkways. And unfortunately, we have provided pedestrian bridges, like when you see on the Northern Bypass, but people don't use them. They actually decide to jump the barriers instead of using the bridges.
Yeah.
So the designs are also changing now to address the issue of. We also want to reduce in another way. One of the things we have also introduced in line with the KCCA is the non-motorized transport. That if we can reduce the number of vehicles on the road, we created a non-motorized transport on Namirembe Road, but now it is being highly violated by borders. So safety is key for us, and we have come up with good policies. The regulations are there, the laws are there, and we're also working with the police to enforce these laws. But also working with the private players, partners, and stakeholders. We do a lot of engagements in terms of awareness, creating awareness. I think we've had programs like Tweddeko,
yes,
Fika Salama,
yes,
and all those. All these are meant to alert people and tell people that please stay safe on the road.
Yeah.
We are also trying, when we move into the railway transport, so that we can use less taxis. We have introduced as a test Kayola.
Yes. The Kayola bus.
The Kayola train services between here and Namamvi.
Yes.
We are taking 5 coaches back and forth. And when you see the numbers on that train, it means that we take off the road more than 60 14-seater every time we have such a kind of a transport. So we think if we improve on the railway, which we are trying to do, because on that section we are moving the passenger transport up to Mukono, and then working with African Development Bank, we are also going to have that extended to Chengera on the other side, so that we can also have passenger services.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That is actually quite a lot that you're really actually addressing our issues.
Yeah.
Because people are always complaining about borders and the taxis. And now everyone also owns a car. So in the
Everyone owns a car, exactly. Now, I think when we make the railway transport more efficient and more reliable, we want to create stations like where you can have park and ride. Like at Namavi, we are going to put a very nice station where the people from there, and also Mukono, you can park your vehicle, ride on the train, come back, pick your vehicle and go.
Yes.
So we think in that we shall reduce on the number of vehicles coming into the city.
Yes.
But we're also discussing with KCCA that maybe we should put a higher charge for you who's driving in the city every day.
And we have some Subaru drivers, so that is also there. But also it would save time because you limit the traffic and
because
everything.
You see now, for example, the most on our roads, all the side where you find people parking on the sides, which would be free for use.
Yeah. Which brings me to my next question. As we're talking, I want us to first finish road transport, then we can move to the other transport. We have new number plates.
Yes.
The numbers are so many.
Yes.
They are new.
Yes.
What is it?
Well, the new number plates, if I may talk more detail about those, they are coming in consonance and together with the improving on the safety of the road users. These new number plates have got two key improvements, which is coming with it. We can track wrongdoers,
all right,
because you know what has been happening where crime has been hitting the roof, and getaway motorcycles. You remember just a few meters away from you here, I think on that junction a few days ago, an Indian was attacked by border guys and they just got away. So these number plates have that advantage that will be able to track. For example, in that incident, we'll just narrow down on that time what were the vehicles which were there, and then we start flagging, and then we eliminate through elimination. We can know which one was involved. So that's one. Secondly, it will also be very useful in terms of tracking traffic offenders. If you jump a traffic light, we don't need to chase you to get you. We'll just pick the number and we know all the details about you. Because in that number plate, there are chips in where we'll have fed all the details about the vehicle and the person and the owner of that vehicle.
So what's the rollout plan?
The rollout plan, we have delayed. We should have done this before. But what we have done is we started with government vehicles. And we think that by October, November, most of the government vehicles, if not all, should have those number plates. Then come November, we are going to start with borders. And then come January next year, we think now we'll be able to roll out.
For the private cars? For
the private cars. The reason being that the guys who are bringing the technology have to build the factory for number plate manufacture here. We have insisted on that. Instead of them importing things in here, we have said put the factory here to employ our people, but also for us to keep a tab on the numbers which are being produced.
Import substitution. That's really awesome, actually.
For sure.
But so the person, let's assume I have a car, UBQ XXXR. Will I also have to trade my number plate, or it will just be for the new cars that will be rolling out around that time?
No, you'll trade.
Okay.
But we are going to do it in such a way that we will not cause a stampede.
Okay.
Yes, you can even book. We'll make it easy for you to book online. When would you want to change your number plate? You can decide maybe on my birthday. I'll have my number plate changed. So you book online, and then we provide the facility for you. Okay.
I think that's really efficient.
We want to make it as smooth as comfortable for the users as possible.
I want us to move to water transport. Water transport, we are having an issue of people getting a few, they use it for travel, for exportation. Is there any plan for putting up new ports? Yeah.
Yeah, actually, thank you for asking that. We have not taken advantage of some of the assets we have.
Yeah.
Lake Victoria is a very, very big asset to improve our transport system.
Yeah.
Even to reduce on the costs of transport. In transport, water transport is the cheapest, lorry transport falls, road, and then air for guys like you.
I love it.
So water transport, right now, we are trying to improve on the water transport. We are providing ferry services to most of our people who may not be able to afford good water transport means.
Yeah.
But we have also come up with the water transport regulations. We have addressed we have come in with the new policies not only to attract more people into the water transport, but also to improve on safety on the water.
Yes.
We are encouraging people to travel safely by always telling people, have your life jackets, especially for those who travel on small vessels like canoes.
Yes.
We are telling them, don't risk. But human beings are human beings. Somebody will tell you, that I've grown up on this lake, I know it, but when trouble comes, it will not remember. The lake will not remember that you grew up on that lake.
Yeah.
So we are trying to make also to talk to the government that maybe we should also reduce taxes, for example, on safety gear, like the life jackets, so that we encourage more people to have them. But on the other hand, we are registering also those vessels, the vessels which are being used both for cargo and passenger transport, including the famous Binala. I don't know whether you know about the Binala.
What are Binala?
Binala, this is very big canoes.
Okay. Where
you find luggage and human beings.
Okay. Are those ships?
No, they're just canoes. timber canoes.
Okay.
But it can carry as much cargo as what goes on in a Tata lorry.
Okay.
And then on top of that, you have the owners of the cargo sitting on top.
That must be huge.
Very. So we are trying to register them, but also ensure that they are safe for travel. Of course, on the other hand, in terms of cargo, we are now rehabilitating our MV Pamba and MV Car. MV Pamba is already rehabilitated.
Okay.
MV Car is being rehabilitated, and we want to improve on movement of cargo on the water.
Yes.
Recently, we commissioned the 2 vessels which are being run by Mahathi for fuel haulage from Kisumu. One vessel carries 4 million liters.
4 million liters?
4 million liters of fuel.
Okay.
Now, that means about 20 or 30 trucks will be put off the road.
Yeah.
If they can be able to bring that kind of cargo in.
Yes.
It will mean that we won't need all those trucks
of
on
petroleum
our road.
And yes.
So that also helps to improve on road safety and also reduce on our road maintenance costs.
Okay. So I think we have this water transport.
We have the plans.
Yeah.
We have the plans. It's only just getting them roll off.
Yes.
And good enough, we are working with the African Development Bank.
Okay.
They have come in to help us to ensure that we improve. We take advantage of the water services. But the efforts are not only on Lake Victoria. Remember, our country is endowed with a lot of water. 23% of our land mass is water. So we have water in Lake Choga, Lake Albert, Lake Edward.
Yes.
So on most of these lakes, we are addressing the issue of transport. On Lake Choga, we have a number of vessels, ferries which are ferrying people across. On Albert, we are also opening up ports, like in Toroko Port.
Yeah.
We are also in the process of constructing other ports on our lakes.
Also, where I come from, we have Lake Bunyonyi.
Oh, yes, Lake Bunyonyi. Actually, we are putting 2 ferries on Lake Bunyonyi.
That's so
very
awesome.
soon, yeah, because of the accidents which have been happening there, especially for the kids who have been plying, going to school.
And then also like those electricity lines above.
Yeah.
But anyway, so after that, after water transport, I would want us to also now get into partnerships. What people have we been able to partner with to bring all these things to life?
Well, there are many, like now the one I've just talked about, Mbahathi, for example.
Yes.
Yes, they're private players, but they're partners. In that, as I said, they're going to remove a lot of trucks off the road by bringing fuel by vessels.
Correct.
Which makes it a lot safer. We have partners who are on the road, in the road sector, like, Entebbe Expressway.
Yes.
It's being run by a private company called Aegis.
Okay.
It's the one which is running the tolling.
Okay.
We're about to develop Kampala-Jinja Expressway.
All right.
We are attracting private partnership in that, so that they develop it, they do the road, they do the tolling, they recover their money, and at the end of it, hand over the road to us as our asset. There's also another expressway coming up called Bombo Expressway. We are also looking for private partnership. So we have so many private partners we are working with in our sector, including companies like Vivo Energy and all these. They have been very instrumental in road safety. Nearly every year we used to have a caravan which would go around, especially around Christmas time. I don't know what gets into people during Christmas time. Everybody's rushing and everybody's in a hurry, and that's when we get a lot of accidents. So during that time, we have a heightened awareness campaign. And thanks to companies like Vivo, they have been backing us up and coming up with things like caravans going around the country and alerting people about road safety.
Yes. Are there key policies that have been put in place to enhance transport? Yeah,
there are many of them. We have the road policy, road safety. We have what I've told you, the water transport policies there. We are now addressing the regulations of the Uganda Railways Corporation. We want to modernize it to be in line with our regional friends, because even Tanzania has just changed their law on railways to allow private players online. Kenya already has that in place. Ours was still lagging behind, but we're in the process of updating that, so that once we do the lines and you want to bring your locomotive on, or your coaches on, or your wagons on, then you can operate on the line and pay for it.
Okay. Are there the environment? We've been talking about climate change, sustainability. What is Ministry of Transport and Works doing to keep our environment safe amidst all the transportation?
I can tell you that we are our ministry is one of those which really makes sure that we do not compromise, because all our projects must meet what we call ESHA, environmental safety safeguards. All our projects, whether the project is funded by the government of Uganda, whether the project is funded by the World Bank or any of the international agencies, it must meet the environmental and safeguards. So we do a lot of that. There's a lot, we study a lot, do a lot of studies. I'll give you an example. Recently, people were asking me about Katonga Bridge. When is Katonga Bridge coming up? But, if we just rush into getting Katonga Bridge back as it was, without doing the environmental assessment and study to understand, for example, why did that Katonga River behave the way it behaved? So that when we bring up a new structure, we must accommodate that. Then we shall have failures of these structures. So we are doing, and as I told you in the beginning, every infrastructure we are doing must be resilient, must be now resilient. We work closely with NEMA. NEMA gives us guidelines on everything. I'll give you another example of how we highly respect environment. You have heard about Mpiji Busega Expressway?
Yes, I have.
people have been asking, why has Mpigi Busega Expressway delayed? The reason is when we changed the alignment of Mpigi Busega Expressway and went so much into the swamp area, we had to get a lot of input from the NEMA, to ensure that the environment is highly protected. Look at the Entebbe Expressway. Do you know the bridge called Nambigirwa Bridge? No. That's the one before you reach Impala.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
You saw how it was made. There was no compromise in compromising the environment. We sank pillars and the bridge is hanging and the swamp is as good as it is.
Yes.
We are going to construct the standard gauge levee. One of the things we have insisted on, there must be no swamp filling. No swamp filling. On most of those areas where it would have been done, they will use pillars.
They'll use pillars and...
Yes, and have the infrastructure hung up to ensure that the environment is protected.
Okay. You're very passionate about the environment.
I am because I'm also a tree planter.
Yes.
So I'm very passionate about the environment. But also, if you have seen on most of our roads now, we also encourage tree planting.
Yes.
UNRWA, that's part of what every contractor must do. In your bid, you must show us what you are going to do as far as protecting the environment is concerned. Yeah.
Okay. So UNRWA, where does UNRWA start and where does KCCA start?
Okay. KCCA is responsible for all roads within the city.
Within the city.
And its environment.
Okay.
UNRWA is mainly responsible for the national roads.
Okay, Kampala city.
Kampala, Jinja, Kampala, Jinja to Malaba to Busia, that's UNRWA. Kampala, Gulu, Nimule, that's UNRWA. Kampala, Masaka, Tumbarara, all the way to Katuna, to Kisoro, UNRWA. Yes.
So industrial area is who?
In which one? Like Namave?
No, this one here.
Which one? This is KCCA.
KCCA, okay.
Yeah,
now
they're working. They're working.
Okay. That's all right. What are 5 things you love about Uganda?
I think I love everything about Uganda.
Yeah.
One, we have, I think, one of the best weather in this world. You know, it rains in the morning and shines after 2 hours.
Yeah.
Where do you find that?
Yeah.
Very, very few places. Food.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Fresh.
What's your favorite food?
Natural. Yes. And it's available in a lot of variety.
Yes.
Do you want to eat muhogo? It's there. You want to eat matoke? It's there. You want to eat cassava? Kaunga? It's there. So we have a variety of food and fruits.
Yes.
And all these are fresh.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
I think other than what is happening now in your world.
Which one is that?
The Gen Z.
Gen Z, we have suffered.
The Gen Z world where people are using the technology now to abuse people and, even without reason. Others Ugandans have been very good people.
We also, Gen Zs are also very good people.
We should be. We should maintain that.
Yes.
We should maintain being good people. You talk people and they say, in Uganda, you walk on the street and somebody doesn't know you, but you smile and he smiles back. In some countries, to get a smile from a person,
that's true.
It's a hassle.
Yes.
So I love Uganda because of, and then our variety of culture. You move from here, you go to Busoga, it's different. You from Busoga to Bugisu, it's different.
Yeah.
From Bugisu to Karamoja, different.
Yeah.
So it's, Uganda has it all.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. That's very encouraging. I want to move to the next question. First and foremost, congratulations on the expansion of the airport.
Oh yeah. It's not yet done.
Yes.
But we are very optimistic that it will be good.
Yeah.
We have so far phase 1 has more or less moved.
Yeah.
We are about to open a new terminal.
Okay.
Which is about to be completed. It will also be linked to the old terminal.
All right.
And then other things. We have got one of the best cargo centers now.
Yeah.
Which has been certified by EU and even all the international organizations. Okay. So our goods please produce for export.
There is room for us to
just produce for export.
Okay.
Anything.
Yes. Okay, that's very encouraging. Uganda Airlines.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you. I hope you fly Uganda Airlines.
I flew Uganda Airlines a month ago to Kenya. I did.
Yes.
And apparently there are even new routes now.
Yes, I'm very I'm very happy that you've brought it up. I don't know whether you remember when we started the launch, and guys put a rat in the in the CRJ.
Yeah.
And people talked all kinds of things, but we are not discouraged.
Yes.
But I think now we have seen the growth and we are very happy with the growth.
Yeah.
Are we yet there? No. And again, let me take this opportunity also to say this. Ugandan Airlines people should not look at it as a business for making money. It's an infrastructure.
Okay.
It's just like the road. It's just like the railway. The airline itself may not make money, but the airline is facilitating other sectors of the economy to make money.
Yes.
Tourism.
Yes.
Employment. We are employing about 560 Ugandans. Where would they be? And each of that Ugandan is supporting about 5 people.
5 people, yes.
So you can imagine how many people are getting food on the table courtesy of Uganda Airlines.
Yes.
So I think people need to look at it more as an infrastructure for the country.
Yes.
Yeah. As opposed to asking, when are they making money? Airlines world over rarely make money.
Yes.
But they provide services.
Yes. Actually, when you talked about that point of employment, I found some of my friends who I went to school with when on my flight.
Yes.
And they were working on the plane. It was nice.
Don't you feel proud?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, even when you get the voice, the captain's voice in a Ugandan accent, you feel proud.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, okay, now I've also looked at it. I also was wondering, are we making money? Are we making money?
don't look at the money aspect first.
Yeah.
Look at all those other things.
Yes. What role do you see technology playing in the future of transport?
Wow. Technology has come in with a blast. Now we have e-vehicles.
Yes.
Yes. We highly support Chira because my ministry is responsible for certifying specifications of all vehicles. So we have been working with Chira very, very closely when they've been developing their modules.
Yes.
So I think technology is coming in handy now. Things like Uber. You just sit here and call. You don't need to go, looking for where. Safe border.
Yes. The safe border, there's Fast, there's Bolt.
There's what?
Many of them. Many of them. Yes.
So I think the technology we just have to embrace it. It's here.
Yeah.
Either we take it or we are left behind.
Yeah.
Yes, we are now. I think I've seen what it has done also. That you can now book, for example, if you want to get your driving permit, you may not need to walk physically there. You can book online and you get you are called when everything is ready. Very soon we are moving into testing drivers computer testing.
Yes.
A computerized driving testing, as opposed to what is happening now. When you go to Naguru and they say, Jako, that's going to change. Yeah.
Okay. And also, it's easier these days to get a driving permit.
Yeah, it's very
faster.
It's faster.
Yeah, okay. Have you been facing any challenges at the Ministry of Works and Transport?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we can help you solve some of them.
Yeah. First of all, our network is big. Uganda may look small, but if you have traveled in it, you'll understand it's quite big.
Yeah.
We have of recent, starting from 2018, when government decided that infrastructure is the key factor, and that's where we are going to have a lot of investment.
Yes.
We have done a lot of road improvements in terms of new roads. But the challenge we have is maintenance.
Yes.
And if we don't maintain our roads, That's why many times we have been asking, how can these roads are not lasting?
Yes.
Have you heard that?
Yes, that road going to Mukono. I was at UCU and yes.
That the roads are not lasting. Why? Because we don't maintain them.
Yeah.
We make them and then we leave them.
Yes.
Just like every day you refresh your your face with a new a new coat of Vaseline and all that.
Yeah.
The road needs that. We need to maintain, and we have a very poor culture of maintenance. So that's one of our challenges. We have been working with the Ministry of Finance, and we are trying to impress on the ministry that for every kilometer of the new road we make, we must, for every $100 we invest in making a road, $30 should go in maintenance. We have not yet reached there, but we have not. That's our focus. Recently, you saw that government decided to give 1 billion to every district, every city and municipality to maintain their roads. Are they doing so? I don't know.
We're about to find out.
but at least we have given them. And then also government bought equipment for the districts, again, to facilitate them to maintain their roads. But also, again, in that line, the maintenance of that equipment, the budget is usually not there. And that's the challenge.
Okay, but it will get better with time.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we shall get there. So do you have any words of wisdom, words of hope or encouragement to anyone listening to you or watching you on the Ugandan podcast?
Okay. Me, I would tell people that the future is bright. The future is bright. Every country moves in bounds. We are also moving. There is no country which you can say that one abubatuka. No, we have to to keep moving. Today you do this, a new demand comes. I've just seen it myself. When you make the new road today, the next day the traffic is so heavy, you need to make another road.
So expand that.
So you need to expand. When we make a 2-lane, now people are saying, no, we want 4-lane.
We want 4.
So we just have to know that things cannot be done in one day. And as the saying goes, even Rome was not built in a day. People are so, Ugandans have grown to a level of impatience that they want everything today. No, we can't. We can't have everything today. And sometimes I feel that we are not being fair to ourselves. We compare ourselves to countries which have not even gone through the phases of destabilization which we went in.
Or even have smaller populations than the one we have.
Yes, exactly. So we make comparisons, Kalengejin. But ask how many people, somebody was making a joke that if you are going to clean a kraal of 10 cows and you compare yourself with somebody cleaning a kraal of 1,000 cows, it will not take the same kind of time. So I want Ugandans, and if anybody is seeing me, I want Ugandans to learn to be patient with their country and ask themselves, instead of saying government encouraged, what have you done yourself
for the nation? You
as a person. For example, you're walking on the street. Why do you throw the garbage there? Why? If you love your country, why don't you also be a solution to some of the problems? This is what I would say.
Thank you very much. We take it all in good faith. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we have come to the end of this episode.
Thank you.
We are very happy to have had you. Thank you for creating the time. Thank you for being a patriot. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been General Katumba Wamala and Brandy Valentine, Communication Officer, Ministry of ICT. You can catch us on X, MYCT_UG. And then you can also find us on Instagram, the Ugandan Podcast, and so many more. General, if someone wants to find you online, where can we find you?
As opposed to my WhatsApp.
Yes.
That's the only thing I do. Some people have actually taken advantage. I recently got about 2 people who have been robbed. Somebody went, I think, and I don't know, with your technology,
Yes.
and created something called LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
with my picture there, and then started demanding money. I don't run those things. So for God's sake, whoever is seeing me, if somebody gets to you that is on LinkedIn,
there is LinkedIn, there is X. I'm not even sure which
I'm not
one.
there. I'm not there. I'm just on WhatsApp.
Okay.
My WhatsApp number is the 0784 006 064. You send me a WhatsApp, I'll respond.
And don't just say hey, and then you say your point.
Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you very much, General.
Thank you.
For God and my country, see you next time.
Thank you.
All right.